What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back taking a look at a couple of the weapons that came with Plains of Eidolon. I did a video on me coloring Gara, and I will have a link up there if you want to check it out. I actually was also doing a video showing off the weapons. Unfortunately, there were some server issues because it's the day of, and the game crashed. So I did get the first 3 weapons, which are the glass weapons, checked out. So if you want to see those, I will also have a link up in the corner. But right now we are going to take a look at the Argonak and then the Krohkurs and the dual Krohkurs. So we're going to do that. I actually want to switch over to the single Krohkur first. So, but yeah, this is another coloration of my Gara that I'm considering. Probably going to be tweaked a little bit in the future, but just kind of keep that in mind. She's looking pretty fabulous. But there we go. The other Krohkur. I'm going to pop it on over to C, just to keep the colors a little bit unified. But here we go. We are kind of doing that. Now, I do want to, first of all, disclose that all of these weapons, I did this in the last video, but I want to make sure that I cover my butt and put everything out on the table. I was given these because I am a Warframe partner, and they allowed me to be part of the Day 1 access. So basically, they were able to gift me some of the new content, such as the Gara collection, which you see here, which was given to me, as well as a Gara blueprint, which I think was an accident, but they did it anyways. The Numa collection, which I will also have a video of me like coloring this setup. I really do like the default colors, but we'll see what I can come up with for this skin. So there will be a video for that. And then the Argonak, the dual Krohkurs, the regular Krohkurs, and these are the different stances that we got. And 2 of these I will be using today, but I won't really be talking about them today. I don't know if I'm going to do a video specifically on the stance mods, because there's just better people out there that are specifically really savvy about numbers and stats and best way to utilize a stance. I'm not that guy, so sorry. But we also had the Wisp Totem, the Sayandana, and the Sigil, which was gifted to me as well. Just want to put that out there for you guys to be aware of. So unfortunately, because I crashed, I am going to have to set ourselves up with enemies again. I actually didn't do bombards last time. I should have. So let's make sure we get a bombard or 2 into the fray. So let's just do 1. I usually do 1 of each of the big guys, because those guys are usually they're a little tanky, and you can pretty quickly tell what type of damage you're going to be dealing to enemies like that. So corrupted heavy gunners, I like to put about 3 of them out there, because they're you know, they're not too problematic. They're a little annoying, but they're a good test for a lot of weapons. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna put out 4 lancers. We are also going to put out some corrupted crewmen to roam around. We'll put out 3 of those, and then I always do like 1 MOA just for sure, and then 1 nullifier for sure, because it's good to see what you can do to a nullifier's bubble, and then what you can do to him physically after his bubbles drop. So we're gonna put it at 35, because that's approximately what like a T4 would start out at. T3, some kind of later into T3, or T4 early. So we'll do that. Pop on invincibility. Just keep in mind that just because I can kill these enemies with these weapons doesn't necessarily mean that you can do so before they would kill me. So that's why I'm keeping invincibility on. These weapons might perform pretty well, but if you can't put enough ammo onto an enemy target in order to do those damage numbers, and you die beforehand, basically it doesn't matter what your numbers are. So just keep that in mind. I'm testing specifically the weapons damage output rather than how quickly and efficiently it can do damage. We'll talk about it a little bit, but it depends on what frame you're using, what powers you're using, all that stuff. So we'll ignore that type of kind of a review. But first off, the Argonak. So this Argonak, first off, you can see it's highlighting enemies in the area of where I'm targeting, and that is pretty awesome. Which is going to help you out on like the plains and stuff. So there's that. So we're doing single shot right now. The damage is really not where it belongs for heavy gunners. Oh, I also wanted to point out that these weapons are modded with only, I mentioned this in the last video, I forgot. These weapons are only modded with specifically damage mods. I do have a loadout which is unfinished, something I'm working on obviously as I level it up. But my point of these videos is to show you basically the idea behind the weapon, how it functions, how its mechanics are, and then you can decide if you want to go crit, if you want to go status. That is all up to you. For a weapon like this, its single shot is good at crit, but its auto fire is not. So whether you want to go crit, you can. If you don't, you don't. But status is kind of where I think it kind of stands out. But that doesn't mean you have to do status. Doesn't mean you can't do crit. You know what I mean? So, for instance, I believe I do have, yeah, I have a lot of crit in, and I also have some status in because I believe they work well together. So, and then the Krohkur and the dual Krohkurs are going to be similar. This is what I have it set up as, and that's going to be worked on, like I said. But we are going to be working strictly off of just a max pressure point, just so we can see the mechanics and all that stuff, like I said. So there's all that. Let's get some shots on the bubble, see how quickly it takes it down. Okay, bubble. Bubble is a struggle, definitely a struggle, and it actually kind of struggled against that Nully. To be honest with you, it was a little bit of a struggle against that the Nully without his bubble. So putting shots on a heavy gunner, not amazing. We'll take this one out because we'll have more. Actually, let's take these butchers out. Butchers, another one of those instances where I don't know. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not amazing. Okay. Moa's another struggle. It's always hard for me to kind of show these weapons off when it comes to not completely loading them out. I know a lot of people do not like that, but like I said, it is purely up to taste. Let me switch it over to auto fire. And it's a slow auto fire, but it's fairly decent. I don't know if that's my stagger. I think that's my stagger. I think that's my impact. So I like that. Getting staggers on your fully automatic weapon is pretty likable. I mean, look at that. The Bombard. Well, is he able to get another shot off? He might be able to get a... Yeah, with my reload, he's going to get a shot off. But if I could keep him impacted, this guy is pretty much GG. But obviously, you'd want to keep your status high in order to allow that stagger to happen. At the same time, you are going to obviously want your damage output. So these staggers, I think, are fantastic. In my opinion, I think they're fantastic. It's a very good accent to what the weapon can do. I personally really enjoy it. The fact that it's not doing a ton of damage right now is a little bit disappointing, but I'll see if we have time to flip it over to a pretty decently modded weapon. Like I said, it won't be endgame material, but we can at least have a good idea of what my loadout would be with higher status on it. So there we go. Okay, so he is able to put some damage out, this heavy gunner, because I am not able to stagger him as easily. There's a few staggers in there, but he will... Oh, goodbye. He will put lead down range, which is not so good for us. And there goes the what is that? Crewman. Crewman was fairly decent. Lancers, fairly decent. Those guys are going down. I don't want to say fast, but they're not going down all that slow. So there's that. We're going to get to the Krohkurs next. So let's pop in. Let's simulate once again. And then let's go in with Krohkurs. So what we're going to kind of look at here is like attack speed, how much damage it can put out, stuff like that. So this is also the new stance, but like I said, I'm not going to go into details about how to best utilize this stance. There's a finisher. There's a finisher. These are all thanks to Gara's passive, I believe. For whatever reason, they don't show Gara's passive in her thing right now, and that's just because I think it's the first day, and it's a bug, and it doesn't show. But not doing a ton of damage, honestly, as a slash weapon. Its finisher, like I said, is thanks to her ability, but its finisher was not so bad. But yeah, this thing is struggling in the damage department, at least. At least with just the pressure point on. There we go. Let's see what a slide. Slide. Oh, it didn't seem like it did anything, honestly. Hold on. Let's get another slide in here. Come on. Is it just range? Was that the issue? Okay, I didn't see numbers. There's a finisher. Okay. Damn, that was like a finisher on it with a combo. Okay, there's a slice. It only did like 118 compared to its regular. Yeah, it might be like a double, like 200%. I don't know. The slash attack is not doing a ton of damage. I'm not too. I love the way the weapon looks, but I'm not too excited about it at the moment. But it's with the new combo, the new stance. Like I said, I'm not going to go into stats and all that stuff, but I think the new stance is pretty cool. Ooh, wow. Wow. Okay. There we go. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not too sure how I feel about the weapon itself. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. You're finished. Alright, so I don't know. Like I said, this is all with non-modded stuff. Let's get some speed with these Krohkurs by utilizing the dual Krohkurs. See what happens. Boom. Simulate. And let's get out there and do some damage with these. This might have a better... Okay. Okay, I need to switch to the actual... Hold on. Get the melees out. There we go. Ooh, that was cool. There's a slash. How much damage did that do? More than the single Krohkur, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Oh yeah, sliced right through the nully. Okay. I honestly don't think the duels are that bad. Duels are not that bad. Like I said, these are with pressure point, so we'll have to get into the advanced stuff. We'll get into the advanced stuff. So there we go. I'm not overjoyed by these swords so far, other than their looks. But let's get over and check out some of the. Oh wait, we were using. Oh, it's probably way. Oh, that just shot my feels down. Shot my feels down. So we'll simulate. These might be pretty underwhelming. Okay, butchers went down quick. Ooh, you know what? Still not bad because I'm focusing, or at least my mods were focusing on status, chance, and crits, and getting a combo multiplier down. There really isn't that much of a difference. If I had like status with, you know, corruption or corrosion, or you know, any of that other stuff, I think we would have seen a bigger difference. But these fundamentally, I think, are decent swords. I think they're fundamentally decent swords. So I don't know. I like them. I just, I think they need some. I think they're gonna need some help. I am curious to see what some people will be building these for. I have a feeling people are going to avoid the physical damage. They might stick with only slash to get the combo. What is it? Status chance up. What's that mod? We'll double check what it is in just a moment. I think people will focus on slash, but then other than that, they're going to focus completely on like an elemental setup. Which one is it? Relentless combination. Now mine is only rank 6 right now because I don't have the mod spot. But I think people are going to focus maybe on relentless combination and some slash damage. But other than that, I think people are going to stray directly towards elemental types because it does have a decent stat. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How are you guys going to mod these weapons? You know, are you liking the Krohkurs? Are you considering still building them? And if so, are you going to focus on status? I think that's the direction I'm going to go. I think I'm going to end up pulling off maybe body count. I'm probably going to leave the drifting contact on because I would like a little bit extra combo duration, and I do want that 40% status chance. But other than that, I think I'm going to have to go with something status based. So anyways, that's pretty much it for that. Let me, like I said, pop this on. Let's pop this on to its deal. Currently you see what it's at. I don't have a max duration on. I have a partial hammer shot, almost full argon scope. These two are low. Guided ordnance I put on there just because I didn't know how wild it was going to start throwing rounds. I was thinking about putting this on so that I could put on not spoiled strike. What's the primary? Vile accelerate? No, that's damage down. What's the one that negatives? Heavy caliber. I was thinking about putting this on. That way I can reasonably put on guided ordnance, but we'll see. I could also swap that out with something different right now, but we'll just go with it at the moment. But we'll do that. It is corrosive heat, or is it just corrosive? Is it just corrosive? Hold on. It is just corrosive at the moment. Yeah, just corrosive. So let's go out there. Let's quickly simulate this up. And single shots. Okay. Single shots are taking these guys fairly quickly. Crewmen are down without too much of an issue. Let's go auto. And auto is obviously going to take down my crit chance. But other than that, it's still critting fine because of my argon scope. It's still critting absolutely fine. I did get a corrosive proc on him because the status on this weapon is pretty decent. Oh man. There we go. Because the status is decent on this weapon. I am liking the red outline just because it's definitely going to help in like low light situations and stuff like that. Destroyed the Nully. Actually, I want to test it out on that Nully bubble, so we'll probably pop the Nully at least back up for just a moment. But Heavy Gunner, a little slow until it procs that corrosion, but that's a lot of weapons. Bombard, ooh, even with that corrosive, it's taking a minute with this gun. Okay, take out the drone. Take out him. That wasn't all that bad. You know, it's not all that bad. The Argonak, I think, is a fairly decent weapon. It's got potential, depending on the mods you want to put on it. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious what you guys think about these weapons so far. Let's just simulate. Let's just search for the Nully, and we'll check out how we impact his Nully bubble. There we go. Let's get it full, and let's see how long this takes. Okay. All right. With an increased fire rate, you could burn through that Nully bubble a little bit faster. But because I did end up getting a shot on the Nully, we did get some slash procs, and it took care of him. I didn't even get. I got like 2 or 3 shots on him maybe, and then the slash did the rest of the work. But these butchers are getting torn through with this, so I like that. The Moa, not so much. Not so much. It's not like struggling. It's struggling a little bit, but it's not struggling. But yeah, we haven't gotten a corrosive on that Heavy Gunner, unfortunately. And it took a while to get through him. There's a corrosive on the Bombard, and it managed to pull it off. I don't know. Like I said, these are going to be very, very basic builds. These are not maxed out. These are not endgame. So take whatever you want out of it. Whether you want to agree with all my points or none of my points, that's fine. I'm just putting it out there so you guys can see how these guys are, or how these weapons are fundamentally. Like I said, kind of the focus. That finisher though. Alright guys, so I think that's going to do it for this. We checked out the Krohkur, the dual Krohkurs, as well as the Argonak. And they're alright. They're okay. Argonak, I think I will implement somewhere. The Krohkurs I'm going to have to work on before I feel confident putting them into something. But I do like the way they look, at least. So that's that. Like I said, there's a lot of other videos coming out for Plains of Eidolon, and the next, well, you guys, these videos will be coming out pretty much together, but I have to go and check out Mag and see how that coloration goes. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Blow!